This is a very simple definition of apoptosis. Apoptosis. What is apoptosis? Apoptosis is a pathway of cell death in which cells activate enzymes that degrade the cells on nuclear DNA and nuclear and cytoplasmic protein. Uh, uh, in very simple way, we can understand that enzymes. There are many enzymes are present inside the cell. So when cell achieve irreversible stage of injury, then many cells gets activate inside the cell. Many enzymes gets activated inside the cells, and they digest the cell from inside. When they digest the cell from inside, they digest they digest cytoplasmic protein, they digest DNA, and they digest nuclear proteins as well. So when digestion or degradation of all these proteins or material happens, then cell undergo apoptosis, or cell undergo death or permanent elimination from body. So this is actually a definition of apoptosis. A much simple definition is actually a programmed, is actually pre-planned cell death when our body needs to remove something, some cell or any cell from body, then this pathway this pathway gets started, in which enzyme gets active, and enzyme degrades the cells proteins and nuclear material which is actually present inside the cell, and then from inside cell death occurs. And there is another unique feature is the membrane blabbing. Membrane blabbing occurs on the surface of plasma membrane or cell membrane of the cell when what is membrane blabbing are small vesicles or small uh, packets protrude out from the cell membrane when the small vesicles forms from the cell membrane, then cell become more prone toward phagocytosis. Then our then our phagocytic cells come and eat the membrane, eat the cell which have membrane with blebs. So this is actually happens when our phagocytic cell moves toward any cell, and cell have cell have a blabbing on surface, then our phagocytic cells like macrophages can eat the cell and can engulf the whole cell. So during eating of this process, during phagocytosis, this is actually phagocytosis process. So during eating process or during phagocytosis, no release of further enzymes from dead cell occurs. So when there is no release from dead cells, and there will be no destruction of surrounding tissue, there will be no need of inflammation. So in necrosis, inflammation occurs, but in apoptosis, inflammation occurs. So this is actually happen in this is actually apoptosis. There are two causes of apoptosis. First of all, we can say a physiological apoptosis, which occurs normally in our body. We can simply sometimes we can't feel this normal process, and sometimes we can feel like in case of menstrual bleeding. First of all, preparation of uterus wall occurs for the pregnancy, but after as response to release of many hormones. But after after a few times, when no zygote formation occurs, then removal of uterus wall or cells from the uterus wall occurs. This removal is actually apoptosis, the normal process, a normal cycle which repeats after every 28 days. So then there is another most important during development, during human body, during development of human body. cell replacement occurs. The cell replacement occurs for the maintenance or for proper development human body structure. This is actually a physiological apoptosis, and most important thing is it can be also seen in the immunological reactions whenever our body faces infection of any bacteria due to any bacteria or virus, then our WBCs, especially lymphocytes, macrophages, can come and start and they try to engulf or remove the microscopic organism or infectious agent. When they successfully remove the infectious agent, then they should also be removed out from the body. So lymphocyte excess of lymphocytes excessive lymphocytes should be removed out of the body. So it happens so this occurs. This is known as physiological apoptosis. Then another condition is pathological apoptosis. What is pathological apoptosis? Pathological apoptosis occurs does not occur in normal circumstances. It occurs only in any type of pathology, in any type of infectious any type of during any severe injury to DNA of the cell. When DNA of any cell damage severely, then cell consciously move toward the death pathway, and this conscious movement toward the death pathway is pathological apoptosis. It is not necrosis. Cell is not damaged by the uh, injurious stimulus, but DNA is. But now in this case, DNA is severely damaged. So if this cell is this if the DNA damaged cell survive, it can cause abnormal cell development. So removal of DNA damaged cell is necessary. So then our body removes this cell out of it. So this is actually pathological apoptosis. Okay, so apoptosis eliminates cells that are damaged beyond repair. It means if cell is not repairable, if cell is cannot be repaired, this can then क्या होता है कि उसको जो है बॉडी से बाहर निकालना जरूरत है. एंड देन अनदर कंडीशन इज accumulation of misfolded protein. If there are excessive accumulation of misfolded protein in the cytoplasm occur, then cell also move toward the death, conscious death. This is known as pathological apoptosis. Accumulation of misfolded protein is not a normal process, so that's why it's not a normal physiological process. This is pathology occurs in during any genetic disease. There are many genetic disease when accumulation of misfolded proteins occurs. So when misfolded protein gets accumulated inside the tissue, inside the cell, then cell moves toward the apoptosis. This is known as pathological apoptosis. Okay, what is the mechanism of apoptosis? Apoptosis occurs usually by the biochemical pathways. Okay, so these biochemical there are few biochemical pathways I am going to discuss in my coming slides. Usually biochemical pathways activates death inducing signals and survival inducing signals. Okay, so whenever biochemical pathways causes increase in death inducing signals, then cell ultimately leads toward the death. Okay, when so balance between death and survival inducing signals is controlled by the biochemical pathway. Okay, and ultimately the activation of enzymes called caspases. So when apoptosis is required, then an important enzyme caspases activates the this actually caspases enzyme caspases actually family of enzymes. These are actually family of enzymes. So caspases are involved usually in apoptosis, breakdown of cytoskeleton, and breakdown. It is involved in the breakdown of cytoskeleton. It is involved in the breakdown of nuclear material. Okay, so there are usually two pathways of apoptosis. First one is intrinsic pathway, second one is extrinsic pathway. Intrinsic pathway is usually known as mitochondrial pathway, and extrinsic pathway is also known as death receptors pathway. As mitochondria involve in the first one in intrinsic pathway, so that's why it is known as intrinsic or mitochondrial pathway. We are going to discuss in detail. So here we are going to discuss two important pathways of apoptosis. First one is intrinsic pathway or mitochondrial pathway. This pathway seems to be responsible for apoptosis in most physiological and pathological conditions. Okay, uh, usually mitochondria contains several proteins or enzymes actually that are capable of inducing apoptosis, okay, including cytochrome C. So it means you can understand mitochondria have many types of enzymes and cytochrome C. Okay, these enzymes are actually protein in nature, so that's why we can say mitochondria have many types of proteins. Okay, when mitochondrial membrane become permeable, it means usually mitochondrial membrane is not permeable. Usually very few amount of material transports through the mitochondria, like energy molecules, like ion concentration. When it gets more permeable, then cytochrome C leak out in the cytoplasm. What is cytochrome C? Cytochrome C is an important initiator of caspases, or cytochrome C is an important protein actually which release from the mitochondria into the cytoplasm, triggering caspase activation. Okay, so it is the activator of caspase, so it activates the caspase and apoptotic death. Okay, so actually cytochrome is a culprit which cause activation of caspase enzyme, and caspase is called digestion causes breakdown of cytoskeleton and DNA or nuclear material. Okay, a family of more than 20 proteins, the prototype of which is BCL2. Actually, the family of more than 20 proteins maintains the integrity of the mitochondrial membrane. Okay, so this is actually a difficult thing to understand. Let's simplify it in more ways. Okay, a family of more than 20 proteins, the prototype of which is BCL2, controls the permeability of mitochondria. Okay, so BCL2 is a most important family of proteins, ठीक है, most important protein BCL2 which controls the permeability of mitochondria in normal circumstances, ठीक है, and there are two most important members of BCL2 family are BAX and BAK. So BAX and BAK are two important factors जो कि क्या करते हैं, माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया की परमेबिलिटी को कंट्रोल करते हैं और इसको नॉर्मल रखते हैं, ठीक है. So in healthy cells, BCL2 and the related proteins BCLXL, which are produced in response to growth factors and other stimuli, maintains the integrity of mitochondrial membranes. Okay, keep in mind, BAX and BAC are involved in the maintenance of integrity of mitochondrial membrane. Okay, in large part by holding two pro-apoptotic members of the family, Bax and Bach, in check. when cells are deprived of growth factors, okay, when cells are deprived of growth factors and survival signals, or are exposed to agents that damage DNA or accumulate unacceptable amount of misfolded protein, a number of sensors are activated. These sensors are called BH3 protein. It means when there is sufficient injury or sufficient injurious stimulus is present, then there a signaling pathway gets activated, growth factor release, then a release of growth factor occurs, and release of growth factors causes the activation of a signaling pathway, special signaling pathway. So these are actually signaling pathway, or are can be detected through the sensor. They are usually signaling pathway are activated through the sensors, and sensors are usually BH3 proteins. Okay, so initial sensors are BH3 proteins because they contain the third domain seen in BCL family proteins. ठीक है, सो एक्चुअली ये जो है BCL फैमिली से ही बिलोंग करते हैं, लेकिन क्या है, थोड़ा सा फंक्शन चेंज है. ओके, दे इन टर्न शिफ्ट दिस डेलिकेट लाइफ सस्टेनिंग बैलेंस इन फेवर ऑफ प्रो apoptotic बैक्स एंड बैक्स. ओके, अब देखें BCL2 फैमिली के साथ ही बैक एंड बैक्स भी हैं, जो कि बैक और बैक्स जो हैं, इनको मौका मिलने पर इनकी रेगुलेशन हो जाए तो ये क्या कर सकते हैं, प्रो अपोप्टोसिस भी उसमें भी इन्वॉल्व, इनमें भी जो है अपोप्टोसिस करवा सकते हैं. ठीक है, सो व्हेन BH3, व्हेन accumulation of proteins occurs inside the cell, then special type of sensors gets activated. These sensors are actually BH3 proteins, or when BH3 protein gets activated, then they usually activate the BCL2 family sensors. Okay, so BCL2 family sensor and BH3 family sensors are same. So when BCL2 family sensor gets activated, then a pro-apoptotic mechanism occurs. Then formation of pro-apoptotic proteins occurs. These pro-apoptotic proteins, it means to say these are actually proteins which are going to kill the cell, which are going to cause apoptosis in the cell. So pro-apoptotic proteins formation occurs after the formation of sensor, special sensor protein BH3. Then actually what happens at molecular level, um, back and backs demerize, insert into the mitochondrial membrane and form channels through which cytochrome C and other mitochondrial protein escape into the cytoplasm. Okay, here you can understand when BH3 gets activated, then bags and bags causes increase in permeability of mitochondria. Okay, when mitochondrial permeability gets increased due to alteration in the due to alteration in the molecular structure of the bags and back, when alteration in the bags and back molecular structure occurs, then it acts on different way on the in different way on the mitochondrial membrane. Then permeability of mitochondria gets changed. When mitochondrial membrane permeability gets changed, then cytochrome C moves out of the cell due to change of permeability, and cytochrome C is already present inside the mitochondria. When permeability gets changed due to bags and back, then cytochrome C moves out, and you know that cytochrome C is a capsaicin initiator. When capsaicin, these protein C initiate the capsaicin enzyme. Okay, and this ultimately caspase enzyme actually involved in the death of sorry, breakdown of cytoskeleton, breakdown of yeah, fragmentation of our nuclear material, etc. Here is another pathway is known as death receptor pathway or extrinsic pathway. Usually external environment is involved, external or receptors which are present usually on the surface of the cells are involved, so that's why they are known as extrinsic pathway. Many cells express surface molecules called death receptors. It means they are our many cells have specific type of receptors. They are actually involved in the death of the cells that triggers apoptosis. Okay, most of these are members of tumor necrosis factors. Okay, please keep in mind most of the receptors are tumor necrosis factor receptors, and few of them are FAS receptors. Okay, so then which contain in their cytoplasmic region are conserved. Okay, if we study the structure of a receptor, then you can say there are two part of receptors. ठीक है, if a receptor is present in the plasma membrane or outer boundary of cell, then you can observe two parts. First part exists outside of the cell, and the second domain is actually present inside of the cell passing through the membrane. Okay, so whenever binding or a change in external portion of receptor occurs, then it also causes change in the internal structure of the receptor. So when internal receptor or cytoplasmic portion of receptors gets activated, then क्या होता है, which contain their cytoplasmic, there are few alterations occur. There are few adapter proteins gets activated. These adapter proteins are actually involved in the initiation of caspase enzymes. Caspases are enzymes which are caspase enzymes usually uh, are present in inactive form in our cell. Whenever proper stimulation occur, then it leads toward the activation. Then if proper environment or proper stimulation of or proper initiation of caspases occur, then it moves toward the activation ultimately. Then they cause execution. They cause it cause perform it performs few functions like killing of bacteria, cytoskeleton, killing of nuclear proteins and DNA. So this is actually extrinsic pathway. Usually receptors are involved. So when receptors usually binds with the receptors usually bind with a specific type of ligand which actually interact with the structure of the receptor and cause change in the internal domain of the receptor, and this internal domain of the receptors change in pathway and activation of caspase enzyme. So please keep in mind we will discuss a few more things in our coming lectures about this. No doubt this is a new thing for you. This is slightly difficult, but uh, this is very easy as well. One thing, if you we can discuss these things uh, again in our physical classes, but now this time please keep in mind there are two mechanisms of apoptosis: mitochondrial, in which is release of cytochrome C from mitochondria occurs due to backs and back regulation, and another thing is in which receptors are involved. Specific types of ligands bind with the receptors. When receptors get activated or alteration in the molecular structure of receptors occurs, then it binds with some specific adapters proteins, and it causes initiation of caspase enzyme. So ultimately both are going to activate activate caspase enzyme. So these caspase enzyme digest or break or cause breakdown of cytoskeleton and DNA. So when DNA fragmentation occurs, cell is now in irreversible injury. When irreversible state of injury occur, then a cell ultimately move toward the phagocytosis. So when phagocytosis occur, phagocytic cells move toward the blabbing, move towards such type of cells and cause killing and phagocytosis of these cells. This is actually known as a mechanism of apoptosis. This is there. So please keep in mind there is a mitochondrial pathway and one is the death receptors pathway. So don't worry, we will discuss this mechanism later in our physical classes as well, and we can also discuss in our in different way. So this is actually a mechanism of apoptosis, how apoptosis occurs, happens in our body. So what are morphological changes associated with the apoptosis? First of all, there are there are small body, there are small budding from the from cell occurs. These actually small buds from the cell contains different parts of organelles and cytoplasm, and due to these buds formation, ultimately the cells rapidly shrink, form cytoplasmic buds, and and fragments into apoptotic bodies. Then there are formation of apoptotic bodies occurs. uh, After the formation of apoptotic bodies, these apoptotic bodies are engulfed by the phagocytic cells of our body. And so because these fragments are quickly extruded and phagocytosed by our phagocytic cells, then it causes no inflammatory response. So no inflammation, again I am going to tell you, no inflammation can be seen in apoptosis, a feature, it is a characteristic of necrosis. So when we study on hemotoxin and eosin staining on microscopic examination, we can say condensation of chromatin and aggregation ultimately and karyorrhexis of chromatin material through dark to light dark to light staining reaction. So this is actually on here, it can be observed on hemotoxin and eosin stain. Again I am telling you, we will discuss hemotoxin and eosin stain in our few coming lectures. So don't worry, what is hemotoxin and eosinosin? Please keep in mind, actually a histological stains usually used usually for the staining or for the indication of different parts of cells, different organelles of cells, and it is usually involved in the diagnosis of many types of tumors or changes in the cells. Okay, on molecular levels, we can see fragments of DNA, which is actually due to as enzymes caspases are involved in the fragmentation of DNA, so we can observe at molecular level. So these are actually morphological changes can be seen during uh, can be seen during any apoptosis and in apoptotic cell. Okay, so morphological, we are going to summarize this topic. First of all, this is actually this was a difficult one because about pathway, there are two pathways are involved, and pathways are not easy to understand in first reading, especially when you are studying pathology first time. So please study again and again. Okay, please try to understand these things. These are actually very easy, but when you study these things again and again. Okay, so there is no difficult, but these are some tricky things. Okay, we can discuss these things in our others lecture we can discuss these things. Our you can ask any question anytime about these things actually. And please read these mechanisms from Robbins, uh, because when अगर आप सिर्फ स्लाइड्स पढ़ेंगे तो फिर ये टॉपिक कवर नहीं होगा. Okay, so I am going to summarize our today's lecture. We have discussed definition that this is actually enzymatic regeneration occurs usually caspase enzymes are involved which digest the cytoplasmic and nuclear proteins and nuclear material. Then there is no inflammation occurs during the apoptosis due to immediate phagocytosis after death of this cell. Okay, and the minimal or no release of inflammatory mediators in surrounding tissue. And then there are two causes, physiological and pathological causes of apoptosis. We have discussed some examples of physiological and pathological apoptosis as well. There is another thing is there are two mechanisms are involved, intrinsic and extrinsic pathway. First of all, release of cytochrome C from mitochondria ultimately leads to the activation of caspases and the activation of death receptors from external ligand from external stimulus ultimately leads to the activation of caspase enzymes. So, activation of caspase enzymes cause death, breakdown of cytoplasmic, cytoskeleton and DNA or nuclear material or chromatin material. So, this ultimately this feature is actually an important this mechanism actually an important way of death. So intrinsic and extrinsic pathway are intrinsic pathway is also known as mitochondrial pathway and extrinsic pathway is also known as death receptor pathway. And these mechanism cause change in cells like shrinkage of cell and formation of apoptotic bodies, and it means cause formation of cytoplasmic buds. So the it can be seen only it so these things can be seen in apoptosis. In our next lecture, in our coming lecture, we will discuss some few things we will compare apoptosis and difference of apoptosis and necrosis, and we will compare a few mechanism of these. So please prepare this topic, most important topic from UHS point of view, and good luck for your good luck for your coming assignments as well. So uh, अगर कोई इसमें डिफ़िकल्टी हो यू कैन आस्क एनी टाइम विद योर रिस्पेक्टिव टीचर. So thank you so much.